Class. My persuasive speech is on the ego. We all go through times in life with emotions that we did not know existed happening inside of us. These emotions are sometimes powerful and may involve anger, jealousy, envy, arrogance, or even self pity. These emotions might tell us that we are great. They might tell us that we're not good enough or that others are the cause of our failure. They might even tell us that others are better than we are. These emotions might even cause us to do things that we can never take back or that we will regret. Did you know that this is our ego? The ego is usually defined as the extent in which someone thinks highly of themselves. But when this term is used in psychology, its meaning is a little different. Our ego is the part of the mind that mediates between the conscious and unconscious and is responsible for reality testing and our sense of personal identity. Our ego generates powerful emotions, and thoughts that contribute to our ego can be both negative and positive. Being aware of our ego is very important, and it's actually a liberating process. As human beings, we are made to feel emotions from compassion, anger, jealousy, self doubt, and any other emotions. The real question is, how much energy do we want to put into these emotions? How much energy do we want to put into these feelings? How much energy do you want to put into your ego? Our ego causes society to hurt those we love emotionally and physically. Our egos have landed people in situations like committing murder out of an overpowerful emotion of anger or jealousy or envy. Our ego causes us to break trust and not forgive one another. And the ego can cause family members not to speak to one another over petty issues. Mark Leary, who is a psychologist, speaks on how human capacities for self awareness, self reflection, and self control are essential for reaching our goals. A quiet ego is not a silent ego, and it's essential to be aware of our ego and know when to silence it. That is the difference in having a healthy or unhealthy ego. Researchers Jack Bauer, Heidi Wayman, and Katerina Salaski are leading the way in research on the quiet ego. Being aware of your ego in a healthy way gives us an advantage to listen to others. It gives us an advantage as well for the self to reach an effort to approach life more humanly and compassionately. It brings others into the self without losing ourselves. Researchers have found that people with a healthy awareness of their ego are more interested in personal growth and balance and tended to seek growth through anatomy, positive social relationships, and is related to having a higher self esteem. Self compassion, humility, flexible thinking, and open minded thinking, and the ability to savor everyday experiences. Do you know your ego? Were you aware of the negativeness our ego could hold? Now that you are, it's easy to stay aware and maintain a healthy ego by practicing forgiveness, by letting go, by being honest and open, by surrendering the need to control things, and by enjoying silent moments with yourself and practice gratitude and compassion. It's not a hard process, it's not an easy process. It's actually a very liberating process to know who you are and challenge yourself with things that you think you need to fix. And it starts with ourselves, it starts with our ego. So now that you're aware, it's it's best to challenge yourself to know when to silence your ego, not for only you, but for others, for your relationships, for your mind. It's a liberating process in our mind to not take control of every situation that we do not need to control. It's very liberating, it's very powerful.